Welcome to Attican Plays Railroad Corporation. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to our second video on Railroad Corporation. We're going to continue in the campaign missions. We just finished mission 1 in the first video and now we're ready to move to the second one. And I started right there because I wanted to show you what happens as you transition from one mission to the next. You actually end up in this deal here, which is a portfolio of basically it's ways to improve your character. So you're giving your character, we earned experience points by doing a decent job on the first one. We earned 1,600 experience points. So we can go down any of these 4 paths, or we can combine them, and do a little bit of each. So if we do geologist, what's going to happen is we can spend our points to reduce the cost of laying track, or to reduce the cost of the earthworks when you're laying track, or to reduce the cost of building bridges or tunnels. So that would be the geologist path, and you would spend the points, and then that would open up others that you could get to. It's like a tree. So if we go down the engineering path, we can go down, reduce our research costs by 7, then more 7, and another 7, and 8, and more 8. So, sorry, another 8. So that could make your research very inexpensive, which is nice, and particularly up front when you're tight for money and you really want to get that research going early to improve your locomotives. But we can also cut down building construction cost a couple of times. We can cut down. We can add how long our locomotives will last. Again, more building construction costs. Man, you could go like this and get 10, 25, 30, 45. Wow, okay, that's a little tempting. Then what else? We got and some more improvements to our locomotives and some upgrade improvements. So nice stuff there. HR. We'll have to get into the more complicated, more detailed missions to worry about employees too much. Right now, we don't even use them in the first mission or so. But we can reduce their salaries, relocation, all that good stuff. We'll get into that later. We haven't even covered that yet. And I actually kind of like it. You could guess. I like the financier part. I want to really, the game for me, the most constant early income is from passengers, so I want to work my way over here where I'm getting better passenger revenue and better mail revenue. So we'll start with this one. We'll spend 450, and we've got 1150 left. And now see our character has improvements. His locomotives upkeep is less, and buildings upkeep is less. But now we want to work our way to this guy right here. So the way to get to there is through here. So we're going to go again, and now we're minus 14% on the upkeep of our locomotives and minus 14% on the upkeep of our buildings. And we'll keep targeting this row right here. These are the ones we want for now. At least that's the strategy we're going to take, and you can do it any way you want to, of course. All right, so let's go see what the next mission looks like. All right, this one is called Real Deals. And let me see, I'm going to have to read through this one first. Oh, yes. This one is set in like the Tennessee, Georgia area. And we're going to start out in Knoxville, I believe it is. And we're going to have Nashville and Chattanooga and Montgomery down there. And our target's going to be Atlanta. So our company has assigned us with the task of delivering clothes to Atlanta. And let's just jump in. It's easier to show it to you if we're looking at the map. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to pause it so we can have a look around. So we start with $100,000. In this one, you can see we have something new, the HR department. So we can have our first foray into hiring employees. And so we would want to set up, what you do now is upgrade your office. Remember, we get the railroad laying automatically, and then if we can put in our R&D like we did in the mission 1, and we can also add in an HR department, one or the other or both. but we're going to have to upgrade the office and make it bigger for that to work. So one thing we could look at is there anybody out there we would want to hire? Now, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have 7% off our rail costs and 7% off the soil works. That means that laying this track would be less expensive. He would really kind of pay for himself pretty well. So let's see if we can't upgrade the office one time and put in an HR department, and let's hire old John Eastwood. All right, so now we've hired John. It cost us some money. It cost us $18,000 to do all that. We'll see if he really helps us, and we're going to let him stay around as long as, until we get our track laid, baby. All right, so they want us to purchase a textile factory. We definitely want one, but we're not going to get it yet. We want to get done really quickly and hire 3 people. We've hired 1 so far. All right, so let's see what we want to do. All right, let's look at the map. We're in the corner in Knoxville. We've got some wheat, and then we've got a decent city here. Here we go, 7 of 35, a 35 level city. Nashville is a well-developed city, and it's already needing luxury goods, but that's where the real money is. They want furniture, they want clothes, they want meat, passengers, of course, and then they have a textile factory which needs cotton to produce textiles, and they already have a mail service set up. So if we go over to Knoxville, our home, what do we got? We've got a 1 and 5. We've got a little city. So we're needing the basic goods, but we do notice we have a clothes factory. So we've got a clothes factory in Knoxville, and we have a textile factory, which is what you need to support a clothes factory in Nashville. So we've got a nice little 2-city cluster going here, don't we? It would be a natural, in our railway empire terms, a natural 2-city cluster because they have a symbiotic relationship with one another. Now, what else we got down here? We've got, notice too, we're going to have hides. We're going to have textiles. That could come potentially from Knoxville. And then the hides need to come from a certain kind of farm. And look at that. Look at old Chattanooga. Chattanooga has a farm. And really, I wish they'd rename it. I wish they would call this, well, the wheat field is a wheat farm. And I wish they would call this like a cattle ranch. That to me would be a better name. But it really is a cattle ranch. So you supply wheat to this ranch, and it produces meat and the hides, what do they actually call them? Leather. Okay, sorry. It produces the leather that we need. So we need both of those because we could sell the meat to Nashville. We could run the hides over here to our clothing factory where we've got a demand for that. So we've got a nice situation going here. So we've got we might have a little 3-city cluster going. All right. Now let's go on down and just look at the rest of it real fast. The rest of it is kind of, sort of, for what we want to do right away, not right in our sights. In the middle here, we've got a couple of sawmills. Now this cotton field matters. We've got to have cotton to go up here to the textiles. So that does matter. More cotton down here. We've got Birmingham, which is, how big a city is it? You have to zoom in to get that. It's a small one like ours, like Knoxville. And then Atlanta should be a good, Atlanta's not that big. It's only a 15 level city. I kind of use the how many potential passengers they have to kind of give me the relative size of the city. And so Nashville is the big boy. So we definitely want to be running passengers and eventually mail, if we grow enough, over to Nashville. So that's the natural way to start. So I think what we're going to do is run a line over to Knoxville, and we're going to stay outside of that wheat because that wheat needs to go down to Chattanooga, as we already saw. So let's run it in like that. No tunnels or bridges. Sounds good. All right. And we still got money left over. And let's see what we can do. We can't, it's too early to double track it. I'd love to, it's just my natural inclination. Now remember, we did our research and we got the John Bull early in the last mission, so we're going to set up a line. And we know that 4 is about the right number for passengers. We're going to set them up to be optional. If anybody knows if you can hold like Control or Shift, I've tried several things, Control or Shift or Alt or something while you click those and make them come out optional, that would be awesome. But I've experimented, I haven't found anything, and I haven't found any documentation on hotkeys. So if anybody knows where I would find such a thing, that would be awesome. So we're going to set up a line, a passenger line. And let's see. I think we're going to, even though I'd like to have, you know what, I really do want a 3-city cluster because I want to grow all 3 of these cities. All right, so we've got a train ready to start. Yes, we do. We have 26,000. We do not have enough money to do anything else, so let's just, we hired an employee. Let's see if we can start some research. What would it cost us? Oh, we can go ahead and put it in level 1. Good deal. And this I didn't get to show you in level 1 because it wasn't in the first mission. It wasn't available. We can actually upgrade this and get some more researchers and upgrade it again and get even more. But we have to upgrade our office big enough to accommodate that. But for right now, we've got a little money. Now, this is how far we got. We basically just, no. Oh, this is so easy to goof up. Remember, we skipped on this guy altogether. We don't care. We didn't care about man's best friend, the dog. We want to go with the John Bull, and we got a bunch of research. Look at this. We got a whole bunch of research done on the John Bull. So we're going. Not only do we have John Bulls, we have upgraded John Bulls to start our second mission. So we're going to start that, and we're going to start on our way to the next one. But we'll just let that kind of go. What do we got? One more. Okay, so our goal is to get all of this done and then move over here and move on down. And I'll just, while we're on the screen, I'll just tell you, we skipped the best friend. We're going to skip the DeWitt Clinton too, because it's just not, it's a step backwards, and we don't see the next one. But over here, we're going, our goal is in this playthrough is to get through this research past the Clinton, the DeWitt Clinton, and all the way over here and get this done and move over to the next one that's coming up, whatever that is. All right, so why don't you go? So we don't need a ton of research to do what we're trying to get done. I did start that. Oh, I must have. Sorry. And I'm going to try to not be repeating all the mechanics of the game. So I'm going to assume that you watched Mission 1 so you know how to do what I'm doing right now and why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. And I think, let's see. Yeah, we'll let it run. We'll let it take a trip or two, and then we'll use the money to put in repairs at one of the stations. Probably Nashville, because I think the next connection is going to be Nashville to Chattanooga, because Nashville has so many, is so large, it's going to have plenty of passengers. And we'll get train. We won't have these trains with one passenger car. We'll have trains with 4 coming back from Nashville. Let me speed this up all the way. All right, so our strategy, if you will, is going to be to build a revenue base from 3 cities, mostly with passenger revenue. If they grow enough, we'll get some mail going as well. And then we're going to start setting up our clothing industry, because we want to move quickly on this stuff. And we are going to purchase this textile factory right here. Whoops. We got to watch that. I want to click on this textile factory just to see what's going on here. It's only going to cost us $46,000 to buy the factory. If we buy the factory, everything we pull out of it to ship over here to the clothing will be a freebie. So you can see we're doing pretty well. We're already up to 26,000, and we can take a look to see what would it take for us to run a track down to Chattanooga while that's running. Looks like, oh, it's only 17,000. Oh my goodness, we'll take that. Thank you. All right, so now we want to set up a train. Okay, we want a John Bull. We want Mr. John Bull to go and we want to put our repairs, one upgrade, new facility, repair, and we want to grab our trains and put them on automatic repairs. Beautiful. And you'll notice we got 4 on that second trip from Knoxville, so that's going to make us great money. This will make good money. Looking good, looking good. Yeah. And your ticket prices, the distance matters. This one was about $4,300 a pop, I think, each car. This one was about half that, roughly. So let's see what would it take us to get our line going back. And notice I haven't expanded the stations. We don't need that expense just yet. We'll worry about that in a little bit. So if I run a track like so, I want to leave some space. Well, it doesn't really matter. Go in like that. Okay, as soon as that track clears, we can, as soon as this guy gets into the station, we can build that. I think. 41, yeah, we got plenty of money. Unreal. And then we will grab another John Bull and go and we need another service. There we go. So we got 3 trains and 3 lines going. They're all set up to be serviced and fueled, and we're looking good. And you can see our money's racking up pretty quickly. Can we do any more? Oh, we're looking on research. Oh, look at this. We finished up. We've got fully upgraded John Bull, so we might as well have everybody work on that one to transition us to the next stage. $74,000. All right, so let's go ahead and buy this guy since we know we want to. There we go. And oh, good. It was up there. I was just thinking, boy, what if that comes along later? So now, 10 clothes to City Hall. Now the problem, of course, is we will not get paid for the clothes that go to City Hall. The clothes in Atlanta, the ones that go to Atlanta are a contract. It's already been signed. We're just doing that to fulfill our duty to our company. So hire and so this is all about how fast can we get clothing up to Atlanta if we want to really go fast with this one. Our research, because we did a pretty good job last first mission, is in pretty good shape because the John Bull will serve us well for really, I mean, we could use the John Bull pretty much all the time. So what we want to do now is we want to start running this cotton up to the textile factory. If we wanted to, we could just run it right through Chattanooga and, you know, maybe double track this line, and that would be a nice cheap connection. However, I would really prefer just having a direct line and not messing with this at all. So that's what we'll do. We're going to take this station, expand it, and of course, oh good, it actually gave us the track on the side we wanted, so good deal. So let's see if we can drag a line down here, a direct line into that. Let's see, the bridge here, that looks all right. I don't see any problems with it, so go for it. And let's see. Oh, we spent a lot of money there. I went in the hole. That's okay. Yes, ma'am. I won't do it again. I apologize. She's telling us if we get 50,000 in the hole, we've died. We will be fired. But we've got a nice little money-making machine here. Simple as it may look, it's going to make us good money there. We're already back to positives. All right, so now we want to start running that cotton to the textile industry and try to get that textile industry going so we can then start moving stuff down here to the clothes factory. And if we don't own the clothes factory, we'll get paid for those textiles, which will make us good income for a while. Now, eventually, we're going to want to own the clothing factory as well, so we don't have to buy the clothing that we're going to send to Atlanta. So I'm just waiting till we have enough money to get what we want going here, and let's just see how we're doing on the research. We can start this and we're going to put all 10 on it because it's the only thing really we're interested in. We got all that done, so we're in great shape. All that John Bull stuff. All right, here we go. So now, let me pause and explain this. We want to get a train that picks up cotton here, picks up cotton here, and then drops it off in Nashville. The problem is the router, if I fired that up just literally like that, start here and go there, the router may not find it. It doesn't seem to follow complex routes or figure out alternative ways. So you really kind of need a direct line from your depot to wherever you're going to start your route. So what we're going to do to work around that, we could build a little line right here. That would work. We could also wait till we have a little more money. There we go. We're going to buy a John Bull. And, oh, you know, I've already had one. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, we're going to set this one up to go here and unload and get your service. And come down here and load. Let's see, how many do we want to carry? Looks like we could carry 6 without any trouble, so we can unload 6 up here. And go. And now, let's see, what we really want to end up with here, once we start running this cotton, did we buy this cotton field by chance? We're going to buy the cotton field. So now, when we pull cotton from that field, it's our cotton, so we're not going to have to pay anything for it. And then, when we go up here to the textile factory, we will not get paid, interestingly enough, for this this T4 train will not get paid. He won't spend anything getting the cotton, but he won't get anything from the textile because we're moving our stuff to our stuff, right? All right, so, but we're saving the expense of it. And if you haul enough of it, that's worth doing. Now, what I was about to say, the next thing we need to do is we need to engage this cattle ranch here in Chattanooga. So what we need now is we need a line that comes in. We can run it off of our existing line, run it in here to that farm. And we're going to need a train. I'm going to stop for a second. All right, we're going to need a train that first of all drops off down here. Now notice, and I've covered this, and I don't want to repeat myself, but there's wheat here, there's wheat here. We need to be careful and make sure this wheat is going to this farm. So we're going to drop off here. We're going to pick up, let's see how many we can carry. Oh, I just picked a DeWitt Clint up. See how awful they are? They can only carry 3. Oh, boo. Sorry, that was really stupid. All right, the John Bull. Thank you. All right, I just wasted some money there. Let's go look at his route. He's overloaded. He doesn't have anything. All right, his route would be to go here first. And then here. 5. Let's see, at 6, he's at 24 miles an hour, 34. Let's do 5. So we'll take 5 wheat and drop off 5 down here. There we go, nice and balanced load. And we're going to need service here as well. Is that good? Yeah, yes, that's good. All right, apply that. And then we're going to set up a service center, repair facility in Chattanooga. And that, I'm just buying trains out like they're going out of style here, aren't I? That's the wrong one. Where's the one I just said? There it is. Okay, we'll set him up to be auto serviced in Chattanooga. There we go. All right, so now let's just review the bidding because this is a semi-complex chain. If we work our way backwards, we want to produce clothes. We need textiles, we need leather. The textiles are produced by a textile factory. You see it's working now, and we'll need to be able to ship those over to our clothing. The textile factory needs the cotton to do its thing. We also need the hides, but to get the hides, we have to have a cattle ranch or a farm that produces the meat and the hides, or the leather. And to feed them, they need wheat. So we have wheat going in here, and then this is going to have to go out really actually in both directions. The meat will be a nice little money maker for us as an aside. In fact, Knoxville needs meat too. Good. Perfect. So we'll feed Knoxville first just because we've already got the line started to go there. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We only have 16,000. We do need a train to start bringing the textiles back. But if we bring the meat back first, we can start getting paid for that. So we're gonna get our first train is going to grab meat in Chattanooga. Oh, and in fact, let's see. Okay, yeah. All right, sorry. Okay, we can start again. I've managed to catch up with myself. All right. Now, if we wanted to, we could take our trains that are running our passengers and just convert them to carry these goods. I mean, that would be a fast way to do it, but I don't want to because they're making good money. All these passenger lines are making very good money for us, and there's no reason for us to be that cheap. But we do want a double track. For this to work, we're going to need a double track, or at least a passing lane, and I strongly prefer a double track. And doing double track with this track laying is not the easiest task in the world, but it can be done. All right, okay, we're starting to make some money now. All right, so now we need a train, a John Bull, not a DeWitt Clinton, that goes, we can have it start right here. It's going to start, it's going to take passengers over to Chattanooga. And Chattanooga will unload passengers, will load meat. How many? Do we dare do 4? Yeah, sure. And then in Knoxville, we'll unload the meat. Okay, you see our money's racking up nicely here now. So let's stop for a second. I'm just not one of those keep it going while I'm thinking or doing. All right, so now we want to double track over to Nashville. Okay, and now we can set up a train that is going to bring the textiles over here to Knoxville. Whoops. So we'll get a John Bull and we'll tell it to start in Knoxville since it's already here. Make sure it has service. Go over here and pick up textiles. Ooh. Can only handle a couple at a time. All right, so be it. We'll unload those over here at our clothes factory. Notice the city needs them as well. We could sell them to the city and make money on them that way, but the clothes factory needs it. We don't own the clothes factory yet, so we'll make good money on 13,000 each, 26 grand. That'll be a nice shipment. And then over here in Nashville, we're going to unload people. So there we go. So pick up people, drop them off, pick up textiles, drop them off. We'll just put service on both ends and go. So now we should have textiles coming over, and we need a train to bring us the this stuff. Can we handle 4? Yeah. Take those over here and drop them off for the clothing factory. And on your way back, do they have a post office? Not yet. On the way back, take passengers. And over here in Chattanooga, unload passengers. And let's see. I think we want this to run I don't like having trains that have to be full in the city stations. So there we go. So pick up your hides and get to it. And that reminds me on okay, let's see if we figure out. I've got too many trains in here queued up. Okay, this train is loading. That reminds me. This needs to be two. Even that can be optional. We don't want these trains just sitting. Now, hopefully this one doesn't freeze on us. Oh, it didn't. Good. That's been my experience so far. Sometimes they freeze. And now I've still got this train left over. I just keep buying trains I don't need. All right. But don't worry, we do need it. Let's see. And you know what? One thing we're going to do here. on this train right here, it's going to take back to Nashville. We'll have to let it. It's going to take back a shoot. Load clothing. If there's one there. And it might even be able to take 2. Yes, it can. So it'll take 2 back. Now, why am I doing that? Because we're going to get paid for that clothing. That clothing is going to be a paid shipment in Nashville. Remember, we're not getting paid in Atlanta, so we have to get enough money going so we can build a train line all the way to Atlanta, which is quite a ways, and it's somewhat rough terrain. Oh, let me think about this. Yeah, I think that's right. Those textiles are a lot heavier. See, look at that. We got 20 textiles. You know what? I'm underrating them. I don't know what I was reading there, but that's perfectly fine to do 3. I wouldn't even doubt if we could do 4. Yes, we could. Okay, so 4 textiles from Knoxville to Nashville. Bring back a couple of clothes, couple of passengers. Go. That should be this is going to be a moneymaker right here, folks. How are we doing up here? We need to hire 3 people, don't we? Yes. Let's see if we can't hire some more people. Anybody out there worth having? Oh. Look at this. Even cheaper rails. And we're going to have to expand our headquarters and expand our HR department so that we can hire a 3rd person. Oh, look at this, even cheaper rail. Oh, beautiful. So we're getting ready to lay a bunch of rails, and we've got 3 people that are giving us, look at this. It doesn't show us what they do, does it? Come on, show us what they do. Okay, construction, rails minus 25, rails minus 15, soil minus 15, rails minus 7, soil minus 7. And if we needed to, we could fire this dude and bring in somebody else. You can just move them around like dominoes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we should be able to build a nice line to Atlanta. If I can get into rail construction, and let's run a separate line here. Getting too much on this one. Yep. All right. Okay. Furniture factory in Birmingham wants textiles. It just so happens that we have a bunch of textiles. Look at that. We are loaded with textiles. So please stop. We've got a line coming out. Birmingham's way down here. There's the contract. So let's see what we want to do. No tunnels or bridges. We just have to wait for that line to clear. Oops, sorry. There we go. Now we can, I think we want to, we've got lots of money now, and we've got this inexpensive track. Got all those employees helping us out with our costs. So let's take advantage of that and double track. All the way down. To Birmingham. And what we're going to do now, well, first thing we want to do, I want to get a couple of trains working on that contract. And I keep buying these trains. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we can't do 5, can we? Yeah, we could, but let's not. We'll do 4 from Nashville. And they will go down here to Birmingham, to the furniture factory. And no reason to deadhead back, so send back some people. And unload those people. And I do want to make these optional, just in case. And go. And I still have this one sitting here doing nothing, but that's okay. I'm going to give him a different job. And this thing here, I actually want to copy this and buy another John Bull. There we go. So we've got a couple of trains hauling textiles down for that contract. And let's see if we can't build. Again, sorry, but I have to pause it. Stop. Okay. See if we can build a line to Atlanta. Okay, there's a nice little valley that we can kind of work our way through. We just built a tunnel. We may keep it though. No, I think I can do better than that. Unfortunately, if you don't like it, you have to kind of just start over. I don't want to build any tunnels. That's a fact. The speed doesn't matter because these trains in this age can't go that fast anyway. So if we have to curve a little bit to make it through here. Oh, that's not bad. There we go. There we go. And what I'm doing is just looking at up here to see if I'm adding tunnel costs or anything like that. All right, so this could be great for us. It only cost 54. Those employees really helped out, and we're going to double track this, and why not just make some money? Why don't we make money while we're at it? Nothing wrong with that. See, the double tracking, you really just kind of have to nursemaid it all the way back, particularly if you get into any curves. I don't know when these game makers are going to figure out that we like double track and they're going to give us the option to lay double track. Wouldn't that be awesome? Only 33 coming back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So our first train that we've got, I think we've got a train. Oh, and that express line, I kind of glossed over that. It's basically saying we need to move 50 tourists to Nashville. We've got trains running from Chattanooga and Knoxville, and now we have a train coming back from Birmingham. So we should be able to handle that. We'll see. Okay, we've got our line going. I think I have a train that's unassigned somewhere. Right there, that one's asleep. Beautiful. He's going to grab clothing and take it to Atlanta for our contract. Might as well grab some people. Oh, we got mail. Let's do mail. We'll do a post run, at least in one direction. Now I've got him to set to run full, but I think that's okay. I think that's what we want. Ooh, I spent a lot of money, didn't I? Wasn't even paying attention. But we just made a lot of money, so that's a good thing. And you know what? Can we not buy this? No, I don't mean to do that. Can we not buy this clothes factory for $69,000? Whoa. Yeah, we can. And this guy here, we're going to copy him. And what's our clothes factory need the most of? It's got hides, it needs textiles. Our little contract, well, no, we've still got a whole load. So what we need to do is find that one that is taking textiles. Which one is it? No. This one. And we need to copy that guy. And let's upgrade this. We're getting a lot of activity. So I'm going to upgrade the filling and the supplies. Then we're going to speed up the filling and get some cheaper maintenance and get some faster maintenance. That's a great one. And get our fuel cheaper and level up our faster maintenance and level up our faster maintenance again. And we're out of room. Okay, so that's a super station now. All right, we completed our Nashville. We finished our express line. We've delivered textiles to what you call it. Now we need to stop right here. All right, you got to watch these things when they change. Now I don't think they have these set up like contracts, but let's just see. This line that's running down here and delivering textiles. Nope, where is he? I wish they would let you either click on the track or click on a station and see all the trains associated with it. That would be lovely. Yeah, here they are. See, this is what happens when you get a contract. We'll get to those in another mission. But when it's fulfilled, he can't drop off anymore. So we have to change it and say, well, just do your regular unload. Okay? And then this other dude, he's got the same problem. So just do a regular unload. And we could even convert that into a regular passenger line, but those textiles make great money. So go. Now these guys will be clear to go. So you have to watch that when you fulfill something that you're trying to get done. So we finished that. We've got 340 days to get our clothing down here. and we've delivered 4. All right, what's going on here? Oh, here we go. I don't like this. This is, see, you don't want mandatories in your stations, in your city stations. It's okay out in the rural, but not in the city stations. It gums up the works. So like right here, that's no good. That's no good. No good, no good. I think oh no, this is Knoxville. What's going on here? Oh, Knoxville to Atlanta. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let that thing run. Oh, I must not have hit apply. You really have to make your change to a route. If you like it, hit apply. Because this train should be moving. It's saying it's being refilled and refueled, and it should be done. So I think to get this, I think that is that's an improvement opportunity. Let's call it. I don't think that was something I did. It could be. And if this costs us, this could cost. There. You gotta remember to hit the stinking apply when you do this. So T9, what's he doing? It says he wants to go to Nashville, but the cargo is loading. Get out of here. I think this guy has hit our little improvement opportunity problem here. So let's see if we can. What's T14? I think we can copy him. We're making any progress. God, we're not shipping any. Alright. I don't want this anymore. In Knoxville, you can just have people. We've got 147 days to ship this stuff. And I don't want any more of that clothing going to Nashville. It doesn't need to. Oh, that's it. We did it. So we did. We finished everything, and we worked faster for an experience bonus. Excellent, excellent. One comment, one improvement opportunity that does need to be fixed is it does not track your progress on these things correctly. I have had it show me where it says like I'm 4 out of 10 up on the main lookup on the left. But then if I actually go to the city itself and look at the contract in the city, I'll be 8 out of 10 or something like that. So that's another improvement opportunity. But we'll bear with it because it was fun. All right, so that's the end of Campaign Mission 2. We kind of nailed that one pretty well, I think. And it shows you that to really do it and to do it as quickly as they want you to do it, you've got to stay focused on the task at hand. But your first goal, and this is the main lesson I think from this one, is you've got to have an economic footprint, I call it. You've got to have something that's generating you good revenue that you can build relatively quickly. And one of the best is passenger lines, particularly if there's any decent sized city on your map that you can get to fairly inexpensively. Like in our case, Nashville was as a size 35 city. We knew we would get full loads coming out of there. And once you start bringing full loads of people into these smaller cities, you tend to get much better loads of people going back. So build your passenger lines. So what else did we talk about? We talked about hiring people. We saw what a great improvement that was, having those 3 people focusing on helping us lay cheaper track. So good deal. That was fun. And I hope you'll be able to join us for the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Railroad Corporation video. Thank you.